guys, so now I'm going to be making cranberry pistachio biscotti. Green and red. Christmas. Okay, so we're going to have 3 cups of flour here and 2 teaspoons of baking powder, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, cup of sugar, 3 eggs, but I have 2 eggs and I have egg white from the chocolate ones, so I'm not, it's biscotti, you don't have to be exact. 1/2 cup of chopped pistachio, 1/2 cup of cranberry, dried cranberry, soaked. Well, the recipe calls for warm water, but Martha herself said use orange juice, so I squeezed me some orange juice. Here we go. Some vanilla and 4 tablespoons of butter. You see the butter? Butter? Pistachio? Okay. So we're gonna put the mixer on. So we're gonna put the butter and the sugar. So we're gonna put sugar, 1 cup of sugar, and I don't know where my spatula is. We're gonna mix the bowl to it. Whoop. Just throw that in the mix. I don't know where my spatula is, but I'll get that later. So we're gonna put this up and on. Look at that. Never mind, guys. This is gonna get done. And all the bloopers are going in it, right? So I put the egg in before the butter, but it's biscotti. We have the, here we go. All right. Business tune now. All right. I'm not Italian, I'm Jamaican, but I love biscotti, and I found out it's not that hard. Here we go. So we're gonna mix all this. Just gonna mix it. This being soaked, I'm going to strain it up. It's gonna drain the water off. The cranberry, I had it in orange juice, as I said, and it just drained the orange juice off. I'm gonna let it drain so that all of the juice can come out. Just a little bit. Not fancy, not long. Just scrape down the side. It's really nice and frothy here. Guys, I just learned something about my mixer just last week. I've been using this mixer for years, and I need 2 teaspoons of vanilla, right? So that's 1, 2 teaspoons. And this is not vanilla, but it's organic baker's flavored extract. I like it. Same as vanilla I use. So we're gonna mix that in. We should have put the egg with that, but hey, it's biscotti. No big deal. Let me see if I can find another spatula with a handle on it. There we go. Looks really good and creamy. So we're just gonna scrape down the sides again. So I found out I always have to mix my thing at the bottom here because it doesn't seem like the blade is going all the way to the paddle is going all the way to the bottom, right? And I found out last week that there's a little trick you can do and to straighten that out. Who knew, right? So for my dry ingredients, my flour, my baking powder, my salt, I don't usually I don't usually sift it, but what I do is, if I can find it, good little whisk, and you just mix it all in like that. If I was using cocoa, I would sift it because you know cocoa tend to get lumpy. So here we go. Right quick. Let me throw in that egg white. Let me tell you, this is so funny. It's hilarious. This is my second time today taping a baking thingy. So bear with me. It's biscotti. Trust me when I tell you, it doesn't have to be perfect. There we go. We're done. So I'm gonna just throw in all the flour. I'm gonna let it down a little bit. Did you see that? So we're gonna put in the flour. Just put in all the flour. See, it's not like cake where you have to put in a little bit and mix it up and put a little more, mix it up. No, no, no. You just biscotti. I'm gonna go slow because it's a lot of flour here. And then we're gonna throw in this stuff as it's mixing. The pistachios are gonna mix right in. And I noticed that these are a little bit wet. So guess what? I'm gonna get some paper towels. I'm gonna just throw it out just to get some of the moisture out. Right? Because I don't want your dough to get too. I'm gonna throw them in. I should have chopped them, but that's okay. Because when you cut the biscotti, you're gonna cut the noodle, right? So, all right. So, guys, guess what? I noticed that this is a little bit too sticky. So I'm gonna go ahead again, as I always do, because that's the first time I'm making this. And I'm gonna add a quarter of a cup of flour. Right? All-purpose flour is it? It is. And then we're gonna just mix that in because we don't want it to run it too soft, because you have to be able to handle it, right? It's still a little soft, but I think I can manage. And I'm gonna just dust off there and wipe it off and put some on. So it's nice and clean, see? It's clean before, but I just want to make sure there's no crumbs on here. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna put a little bit of flour on the surface. It's nice to have this kind of counter, right? So you can just put stuff on it and get going. All right. So we're gonna go there. There's my spatula. And we're gonna just. It looks a little soft to me, but I'm gonna go with it. Because once you put the flour on and then, you know, you roll it. And you know what I forgot, guys? I forgot my pan. So, this is not the right spatula, but it will do. So I'm gonna put like about a half. What I consider a half. Okay. Doesn't matter if one's a little bigger. Hands are clean. So, see that? Okay. So I am going to grab a roasting pan. Yes, it's noisy in this kitchen. I'm gonna grab some parchment. There we go. So, okay. So watch me now. Okay, need to put a little bit more back on here. Doesn't matter if it gets a little flour on it, if it looks a little white, because you're gonna see a little trick, right? We're gonna dust around, and I always have a little problem getting this into the tray. So look at that. The new kitchen, it works for me now, right? So when I find it's a little too long, just push it. It's supposed to be, I think, 12 inches or something like that. So you see that? And that's all. One down. I'm gonna put 2 over there, right? So what are we doing? 11 minutes? This is gonna be so yummy. I hope I didn't forget anything. This is so fun. Guys, this is amazing, right? I don't have the right spatula because I'm always leaving some in here. So this one will do it. I don't know where the handle for this is, but it's all right. So we have a biscotti here, right? There you go. Make sure there's enough flour here so it's not sticky. And then you just roll and tuck a little bit, right? You push. Sometimes you see? So easy. I'm telling you guys, the first time I made the biscotti, I shocked my own self. Yeah? So, it doesn't have to be perfect. Although sometimes, you know, when I'm doing it, I want to, oh, I gotta be perfect. Okay. And the more you roll it, the longer it gets. So you have to kind of tame it. And kind of measure it. That's good. Okay. This one is a little tricky. I think I need a little bit more flour. So, see what happened here, guys? It's sticking on the table. So we're gonna rub it back in and roll it again. And that's the beautiful thing about biscotti. It's not gonna change, you know, change it in any way, shape, or form, right? You just roll and push it in, and roll and push it in. By the time you roll it here, and be careful I don't knock it. Oh, look at that. Who knew? Just drop it on. Look at that. That's why we have a drawer there. All right. And you pat it down a little bit. Just want to make it a little bit flat, right? Now, these might touch each other when they're done. I don't know. We'll see. And what I like to do, I think this is going to be a little too long, but that's okay. We're good. This one got a little bit too long. Because there's a lot of baking powder in here, right, guys? So, and another thing is, got another little piece of paper. Make sure the batter is not on the pan, so that when it, you know, it won't stick. And got my little trick here. A little bit of milk. Now, some people use eggs. They use like you know, beat up an egg with a little bit of water. But this does the trick just the same, right? It's like cream. So guess what we're gonna do? Look at that. Just gonna brush it Now, I don't put the sugar on mine like on top, but Martha does. Put a little bit of sugar on top, and I might put a little sugar on top if I can find some sugar. But that's it. I didn't even need all that milk, but you know, and when it comes out, it's gonna have a little shine to it, right? The egg would give it a more gloss, but I really don't need the gloss. And I don't see any sugar. So I'm gonna get some sugar. So this is organic granulated sugar, and I am going to get some, just a little, you know. And what you want to do is, and I'm not going to sprinkle both, just so you see the difference when I'm done. So you just go like so, just a little light sugar. You don't want a lot of sugar on here. You're not trying to make it any sweeter, right? It's just for, you know, decorative purposes. And I'm going to stick this in the oven at 350. I'm going to tell you 25 minutes, trust me. And so 25 minutes timer. So we have the biscotti in the oven for 25 minutes, right? And then we're gonna take it out and cool it, slice it up, put it back in, drop the temperature of the oven also, and put it back in. So that's what we're gonna do. And just in case you didn't know, you see my hubby's apron, Bobby's Jamaican cooking show. Yeah, so he wants me to make videos. He wants me to do things so he can place it on his YouTube channel. Thank you for watching. I'll show you the results later. First bake, fresh out the oven, cooling so we can slice them. So guys, I'm cutting these, and I'm using the good knife, the better knife, I think. Just kind of, you have to really go. I think I cut these a little bit too thick, but kind of, with the sugar on, it's a little bit crispier. But, you know, I'm getting some nice slices here. See that? See? And then I'm just gonna lay them out. I think I'm gonna need another cookie sheet. Yeah. See these little ends? Let me put these here. And I'm gonna put these in the oven. So guys, biscotti, last bake, final baking out of the oven. So we're just gonna let those cool, and as they cool, they harden, and then you can put them in these got a little bit brown on the back. So I'm just gonna flip them over while the pan is still hot. So finally, the product is done. So this is the one that has the sugar on, and this one doesn't have the sugar on. So you see the difference? See, that one has a little glisten on it, and this one is just flat. And see that? They're nice and hard. So what I'm gonna do now that they're about cooled down, that's why they're this hard, I'm gonna put them in containers, put them in the freezer. They can last a long time in the freezer. I've had them for like 3-4 months in the freezer. So what I'm gonna do, put them in the freezer, and when you take them out the freezer, you can just eat them frozen, or you can let them thaw and enjoy them. You don't have to warm them up or anything. Just leave them on the counter for a couple, maybe for half an hour or so, and they enjoy them. These are like amazing. They won't last long. After I give a few over here and a few over there, with my kids, then the rest is going to stay here. So that's it. My pistachio cranberry biscotti. Very good.